The National Human Rights Commission of the Gambia has on Wednesday updated the media about its overview of 2022 highlights, key publications and expectations for 2023 in promoting and protecting human rights in the Gambia. The commission was established by the National Human Rights Commission Act 2017, giving the Gambia its first ever National Human Rights Commission with a mandate to promote and protect human rights in the country. One of its core functions is to investigate violations of any human rights at its own initiative or through a complaint made by a person or a group of persons. The chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission, Emmanuel Daniel Juve, began by highlighting some of the Commission's achievements in 2022.
In June of last year, the National Human Rights Commission opened 2 regional offices, one based in the Central River region in Tanjambure, which also covers the Upper River region, and one base in Farafenye, covering both the Lower River region and also the North Bank region. So we have a fully functional office that is manned by an administrator, legal officer, investigators, and they are doing their work effectively. And through these offices, the National Human Rights Commission seeks to ensure that our rural community have access to the services that we offer here. You do not have to come all the way to the Secretariat office here to lodge a complaint. We have our officers that are there, and they do the investigation, they do the monitoring, and they were working in the communities. So this is, to us, this is one of the big achievements that we have done, bringing human rights to everybody in the Gambia.
He says that the National Human Rights Commission received 104 complaints of human rights violations in 2022, of which 87 were investigated and resolved.
And in 2022, the National Human Rights Commission received 104 complaints of alleged human rights violations, 104, of which 87 were successfully investigated and resolved. 22 of the complaints received, which represent 21% of the complaints, alleged complaints of human rights violations, were brought against law enforcement agencies, namely the police, the Gambia Armed Forces, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, and the Gambia Immigration Department. The TRRC, as you all know, the government came up with the white paper last May. And in that white paper, the National Human Rights Commission has been mandated to monitor the implementation of the recommendation. And not only are we monitoring the implementation of the recommendations, but we also play other roles in the process. And one of it is also being even an implementing partner in some of those recommendations.
Mr. Juve then went on to highlight the National Human Rights Commission's focus for 2023.
In 2023, as I have mentioned, one of the areas that we are going to go big, if I may use that word, is the TRRC monitoring. As I've said, we are mandated to report back on the status of the implementation. And 25th of May this year would be 1 year since the government white paper. So we have started our work on this area, and we will be reporting to the National Assembly. And of course, you will also get the report as to the status. Where are we? What are the challenges? What needs to be done? So, but this is an area that we will be going big on, because it is the mandate given to us. And we will also continue the popularization of the implementation of the TRRC through social mobilization and at the community level, radio, talk shows, and TV.
Mr. Diouf also addressed some of the challenges that the National Human Rights Commission face. He says that the Commission faces challenges such as lack of funding, lack of human resources, and lack of awareness of human rights among the general public.
Everybody knows degree funding is never enough, especially with the kind of mandate we have. It is never enough because we want to do everything. But also, not only that, capacity of our staff. Human rights is a growing area. We have new rights that are emerging, business and human rights, and we need to build the capacity of our staff. You know, climate change is a human right, so that we are fully equipped and capacitated as a National Human Rights Commission to be able to address these emerging human rights issues.
The National Human Rights Commission is a newly established commission, but it is already making a significant impact on promoting and protecting of human rights in the Gambia. The Commission is committed to working with all stakeholders to build a more just and equitable society for all Gambians. For Fatou News, I am Ramatulai Jao.